Cars bulge in extreme heat across China. Floods move north, causing heavy losses for residents. Gas explosion turns two-story building into rubble. Chinese official investigated for speaking truth at Olympics, champion athlete insulted. People turn to theft in China's economic recession. It is hot, hot, hot. Many places in China are experiencing extremely high temperatures, causing car hoods to bulge. Some people jokingly say that these cars look like they're pregnant. Recently, mainland China has been experiencing continuous high temperatures. Many car owners are sharing pictures of their cars with bulging hoods, giving everyone a good laugh. A professional in car wrapping explained that this happens because of poor quality car film. The pregnant car is a funny moment, but the hot weather is making everyone miserable. People online are leaving comments like, "I'm going to explode, and if it gets any hotter, I'll melt." According to Chinese media, the scorching hot weather continues across many regions as we enter August, with several places turning into furnaces. In areas like Shanghai, Zhejiang, Jiangsu, Anhui, and Xinjiang, temperatures have reached over 40 degrees Celsius, breaking historical records at 7 national monitoring stations. Many people have taken refuge in local IKEA stores, treating them like their own homes. Videos show beds and sofas in the display areas filled with people, who even tuck themselves in. At over 40 degrees Celsius, Shanghai's subway stations are also filled with people seeking air conditioning. Many of them are unemployed workers who have no jobs or homes and are now wandering and sleeping on the streets. Delivery workers are also suffering in the extreme heat, running deliveries all day. They complain that despite the high temperatures, platforms do not provide heat allowances or cold drinks, and the payment per delivery keeps dropping. In this heat wave, the Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Shanghai areas are the core regions, with afternoon temperatures reaching 39 to 40 degrees or higher. Shanghai's official website reported on August 5th that the city hit another historical high, with the central area reaching 40.4 degrees Celsius on the 4th, setting a new record for the summer and ranking 5th in the city's highest temperatures since records began in 1873. Shanghai residents are commenting, "Going out for a minute feels like being roasted. I'm drenched in sweat, and if it gets any hotter, I'll melt." Some are questioning the meteorological data, asking, "Why do my car and my friends' cars show 40 to 43 degrees Celsius? And we need to measure the temperature ourselves. The official data follows protocols." Shanghai's official news also mentioned that the city is still under the control of a subtropical high, meaning the intense heat will continue. According to a report by Chinese media outlet The Paper, temperatures in Hangzhou, Zhejiang reached 40 degrees Celsius on August 2nd, with the ground temperature in Xiaoshan hitting 72.3 degrees Celsius, or 165 degrees Fahrenheit, setting a new local record. During this heat wave, most parts of Zhejiang have surpassed 40 degrees Celsius, with the main urban area of Hangzhou reaching 41.9 degrees, the highest since records began. Many other places, like Yiwu, have also broken local temperature records. A Hangzhou resident posted that his car, parked under the sun all day, had its ETC device fall off because it got deformed from the heat. The Jiangsu Provincial Meteorological Station issued a red alert for high temperatures starting August 4th, with maximum temperatures in Wuxi, Changzhou, and Zhenjiang reaching 40 degrees Celsius and other areas above 37 degrees. The Fujian Provincial Meteorological Station upgraded the heat warning from level 4 to level 3 at 11 a.m. on the 4th. In places like Nanping's Pucheng County and Jianyang District, temperatures exceeded 40 degrees Celsius. Some people have been hospitalized with heat stroke, even entering vegetative states. According to Red Star News, on August 1st, a man in Fujian was hospitalized with severe heat stroke. His family reported symptoms like vomiting blood and incontinence, eventually falling into a vegetative state. Doctors said heat stroke has a high mortality rate, with core temperatures usually exceeding 40 degrees Celsius, causing consciousness issues, fainting, and seizures. Additionally, the China Meteorological Administration reported that many regions, including Xinjiang, Inner Mongolia, Gansu, Henan, Shandong, Anhui, Hubei, Hunan, Jiangxi, Guangxi, Guangdong, and Hainan Island have temperatures above 35 degrees Celsius, with some places exceeding 40 degrees. 2024 has been tough for the Chinese people. After dealing with floods, people in the south are now enduring extreme heat. The floods haven't stopped, moving north and continuing to devastate large areas in the northeast. Floods have moved north, causing a river to burst its banks in Jieling, Liaoning province. In the early morning of August 6, a breach occurred along the right bank of the Wang River in Liaoning province. The breach width was estimated at 18 meters. Authorities claimed that 395 people were evacuated with no casualties, but due to the Chinese government's tendency to conceal the true extent of disasters, the real number of casualties remains unknown. Residents in the disaster area said, "The breach has ruined everything. A whole year's work is gone. The fish and shrimp ponds are completely destroyed. The roads have all turned into rivers." Since mid-July, multiple areas in Liaoning have faced flooding, with several rivers exceeding warning levels and over 20,000 people forced to evacuate, leading to significant losses. Local residents disclosed that despite the rainfall, the situation worsened due to increased water discharge from reservoirs. The Chinese government claimed that 67 reservoirs across the province were releasing water in an orderly manner. Additionally, Jilin and Heilongjiang have also experienced rising water levels and flooding due to continuous water discharge, submerging villages along the rivers, cutting off electricity, and causing drinking water shortages. A resident of Jilin said 68 reservoirs are releasing water at staggered times, causing the Songhua River to rise. The flood peak has reached Songyuan, and everyone is affected. It's really tough right now. Moreover, Hunan and Sichuan are also facing severe flooding, with at least hundreds of people dead or missing. A current affairs commentator noted, "Whenever a reservoir is built, the Chinese government always emphasizes its water storage and flood discharge functions. However, water storage and flood discharge are actually contradictory. To have adequate flood discharge capacity, you cannot store too much water in the reservoir. If too much water is stored, when a flood peak arrives, the dam and the embankments upstream will be overloaded, leading to either a breach or the need for controlled flooding at some upstream location." In China, man-made disasters often far exceed natural ones. The people suffer a double blow, unable to escape human mismanagement even if they survive natural calamities. A gas explosion turns a two-story building into rubble in Zhuhai, Guangdong. On August 6, a two-story self-built house in Zhuhai, Guangdong, suddenly exploded and collapsed. Official reports state that the explosion resulted in 3 deaths and 1 injury. Surveillance videos circulating online show the building in Zhuhai exploding suddenly with a loud bang, destroying an entire wall and causing the building to collapse. The scene was filled with smoke and dust, with debris such as bricks, cement fragments, and household items scattered all over, turning the area into a wasteland. The video also shows medical personnel rescuing injured people from the rubble and transporting them to the hospital for treatment. On the morning of August 7th, the Zhuhai City Domen District Emergency Management Bureau released a report. At around 4:50 p.m. on August 6th, a 2-story residential building in Niwan village collapsed, trapping 4 people. According to a report by Guangzhou Daily, the local publicity department's latest news suggests that the accident was initially determined to be caused by a gas explosion, resulting in 3 deaths and 1 minor injury. The building explosion has garnered significant attention, with some netizens questioning its cause. This has to be natural gas. Gas cylinders don't have such power, right? How powerful was this? Or was the building quality poor? This building didn't even have pillars, just thin walls? Now that the residential areas are connected to natural gas, the explosive force is frightening. Why not let residents use gas cylinders? In China, ordinary people often have no choice over what they use or don't use. Moreover, they don't have the right to free speech. Saying things the authorities don't like can have serious consequences. On August 5th, rumors spread online. Big news from the Paris Olympics. Chinese representative from FINA, Yuan Haoran, is seeking political asylum in France and will not return to China to face disciplinary inspection and investigation. The topic also circulated on Weibo. However, it was quickly censored. Some pointed out that Yuan Haoran holds the titles of vice chairman of the FINA Technical Swimming Committee, Deputy Director of the China Cycling and Fencing Administrative Center, former Director of the Swimming Department, and representative of the China Anti-Doping Hearing Committee. This explosive rumor quickly attracted attention both domestically and internationally. Some netizens commented, "I looked it up and it's quite possible. First, his Weibo account was banned. Second, looking at his past Weibo posts, there were many comments that are dangerous in China, such as mocking the J-10 aircraft accident and the PLA exercises after Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. Such military and Taiwan-related remarks can get you into legal trouble in China. Moreover, many netizens were cursing him, demanding a thorough investigation by the police, and even threatening him. Returning to China is risky. If he can escape, he should. Netizens noted that pro-government commentators started openly criticizing him yesterday, which seemed bold. Turns out, he had already fled. The Paris Olympics will be interesting. Will more people follow suit? From the comments of nationalist netizens digging into his past posts, it appears he is seen as a rebel within the system. Given the current public opinion in China, returning would be disastrous for him. If the political asylum rumor in France is true, it would be a wise choice. China's doping issues might be revealed by him since he made cryptic comments about swimmer Pan Zhanle on Weibo, suggesting there's more to the story. Meanwhile, on the Chinese internet, news about Yuan Haoran is spreading rapidly. Many believe a Weibo user named Mixed Medley is actually Yuan Haoran. The user posted on August 2nd showing an IP address in France. Currently, there's no confirmed information about whether Yuan Haoran has applied for political asylum in France. However, the Chinese Communist Party is desperately trying to suppress this incident from spreading on domestic networks. According to China Sports Daily, on August 2nd, a responsible official from China's General Administration of Sport stated that they have noticed online information questioning the inappropriate comments made by a cadre from one of their subordinate units, Yuan Haoran, on his social media. The General Administration of Sport, it was indeed Yuan Haoran, whose Weibo account is Mixed Medley. Yuan Haoran is also a swimming referee and an international chief referee. On August 2nd, Yuan Haoran posted on his Weibo account Mixed Medley, saying, "Yesterday, a colleague in Beijing talked to me about the rumors online that the faces of white athletes turn pink after swimming. I jokingly said it might be due to a color distortion in some paid video broadcasts. As a result, I got criticized." He stated that he was sitting closest to the swimming pool and didn't notice anything. Then he compared some official photos and didn't find them as pink as the online screenshots. He analyzed 3 possible reasons why the faces of white athletes might appear pink after swimming. This post triggered dissatisfaction among nationalist netizens who believed Yuan Haoran was trying to exonerate American athletes from doping suspicions. Subsequently, Yuan Haoran shut down his Weibo account. Under the CCP's authoritarian political system, not only can you not speak freely, but winning championships isn't always an honor either. On August 3rd, in the women's singles final of the Paris Olympic table tennis event, 2 Chinese players, Chen Meng and Sun Yisha, faced off. A strange phenomenon occurred. The audience overwhelmingly cheered for Sun Yisha, with no one applauding for Chen Meng. Even when Chen Meng scored, there were boos from the crowd. Chen Meng, under immense pressure, eventually defeated Sun Yisha 4-2 to retain her Olympic women's singles title. However, no one in the audience applauded for her, instead loudly chanting the name of her defeated opponent. The entire coaching team looked grim, and some spectators even gave Chen Meng the middle finger and hurled insults at her. Many foreigners were baffled, thinking this should have been a match that made Chinese people proud. Why did the audience display such bizarre behavior? Chinese state media commented that this was an example of fan culture infiltrating the sports world. An article in the paper questioned that even though both are Chinese athletes, why is there such a disparity in support? The answer is an extreme form of fan culture. The article pointed out that this kind of extreme thinking is harmful to athletes and the spirit of sports. Relevant authorities should deal with it according to the law, making those who cross the line pay the price. Fan culture originated in the entertainment industry and later infiltrated the sports world. Fans follow entertainment and sports stars according to their preferences. However, fan culture in China, whether in the entertainment or sports world, has become distorted, evolving into abusive, protector behavior against rivals. American bilingual rapper and comedian Lola Farley said in an interview with Radio Free Asia that Chinese fan culture is on another level. Lola Farley mentioned that such things would never happen in the United States, and Americans find it hard to understand the logic of these Chinese fans. Even he, an American who has studied Chinese for many years, can't figure it out. However, Tang Jingyuan, a current affairs commentator living in the US, has a different view on Chinese media. He stated that fan culture indeed exists, but the media focusing all their criticism on it is just a distraction. The core issue of the entire incident lies in the distribution of benefits within the CCP sports system, completely disregarding the spirit of sports and turning competitions into a game of interest allocation. Tang Jingyuan pointed out that after Chen Meng won the championship, the entire coaching team, including coach Ma Long, looked grim, and no one congratulated her. It's likely that she disrupted some unspoken rules within the Chinese table tennis team. Tang Jingyuan said, winning an Olympic championship not only carries huge commercial benefits, but also significant political interests. The table tennis team is divided into many factions. There are many players in the Chinese team capable of winning championships, leading to a situation where there are too many monks and not enough gruel. For major events like this, they often designate the winners internally, dividing the benefits. He analyzed that Chen Meng might have won the championship solely based on her strength, disregarding the unspoken rules, thereby upsetting the balance of interests within the team and offending the team leaders. This is similar to the He Zhili incident years ago, where the table tennis player was expelled from the national team for not following internal orders to let her teammate win and subsequently move to Japan. Some netizens commented, such political arrangements for letting others win started during the Cultural Revolution. CCP military vice chairman He Long once said, "Whoever he wants to be the champion will be the champion." In a country where even food, drink, and parliamentary votes can be faked, they want to fake sports events too. It's not worth Chen Meng's loyalty. She should consider naturalizing to Japan. Fighting against this evil system should be the mission for the rest of her life. Another netizen said, Sun Yingsha is young, currently world number 1, and has greater commercial value after winning the championship. The organization arranged for her to win so that everyone could share the benefits. As a result, Chen Meng's career in the national team is basically over. The core issue behind the Chen Meng incident can only be speculated on based on past events, and the truth may never be known to the outside world. However, athletes proving their strength through fair, just, and transparent competitions, and spectators cheering for every hardworking athlete is the true meaning of sports. But in a distorted system like the CCP's, people's minds are twisted, and the tolerance, politeness, and respect that should exist among normal people are becoming increasingly rare. This results in absurd, bizarre, and even mutually harmful behaviors. A law graduate resorting to stealing money from temple donation boxes might sound absurd, but it's happening in China. In Bulge, Shanxi province, a law graduate from a prestigious university was arrested for replacing QR codes on temple donation boxes with his own, stealing over 30,000 yuan from temples across Sichuan, Chongqing, and Shanxi. The man, who specialized in stealing donation money, would observe the temple, and when no one was around, replace the official QR code with his own. Before leaving, he would kneel and bow 3 times. China has widely adopted electronic payments, with many people no longer carrying cash. Temples have also adapted by placing QR codes on donation boxes, allowing visitors to donate by scanning. This man exploited the system to divert donations to his account. Because electronic payments leave a clear transaction record, it was easy for police to trace the transactions back to him. The stolen money has since been returned to the temples. However, after this news was exposed, it sparked heated discussions among Chinese netizens. Weibo influencer lawyer Zhuang Zhiming commented, "Unless he's a scam artist, the only explanation is poverty. Perhaps this explains the reality for law students. Either they struggle or they pretend. In terms of cost effectiveness, studying law is not as good as collecting scrap metal. It's not true that lawyers make tons of money." Professional stock trader and financial writer Hua Rong wrote, "If the economic situation continues to deteriorate, we'll see more and more strange incidents." YouTube commenters also remarked, China's economy is so bad that people are resorting to desperate measures. There are too many unemployed people in China, and everyone is trying to make money by any means. And the CCP has ruined the morality of Chinese people. Some criticize the commercialization of temple donations, saying, temples in China all charge money for everything. Now even the donation boxes have QR codes. This loses the original meaning of donations. Others pointed out the significant wealth within temples, noting that even the government borrows from them. In one instance, a temple master in Suzhou was reported to have purchased a new Mercedes-Benz E300 costing around 600,000 yuan. This raised questions about the wealth of temple masters, with some noting that Shaolin Temple has become a legitimate business group, and temple masters are treated like employees with high salaries. Meanwhile, regular people struggle. When they lose their jobs and run out of money, they resort to theft. Even businesses facing poor sales might turn to illegal methods to attract customers. According to a report by China's Legal Daily on August 5th, during drug tests conducted by police and auxiliary police in Wushen Banner, Ordo City, Inner Mongolia, 2 auxiliary police officers tested positive for morphine. When questioned about drug use, both officers vehemently denied it and questioned the test results. Subsequent retests continued to show positive results. The 2 officers revealed that on the morning of the group drug test, they had breakfast together at a meat sandwich shop. To verify if the meat sandwiches were the problem, undercover police officers bought the same breakfast, which tested negative for morphine. The police then revealed their identities and inspected the kitchen, where they found an old chopping board that tested positive for morphine. The shop owners, a couple, were taken to the police station for investigation. They admitted that to attract customers, they had ground poppy shells into powder and mixed it with the seasoning, adding it to the meat broth used in the sandwiches. The 2 officers' abnormal urine tests were caused by eating these meat sandwiches containing poppy shells. The police charged the couple with the crime of producing and selling toxic and harmful food, knowing that poppy shells are toxic non-food ingredients. It's not uncommon in China for restaurant owners to be convicted for adding poppy shells to food in order to boost business. Public information shows that long-term consumption of broth containing poppy shells or their extracts can cause symptoms such as chills, cold sweats, fatigue, a sallow complexion, drowsiness, and weakened attention and memory. In severe cases, it can damage the nervous and digestive systems, causing endocrine disorders, and even lead to respiratory failure and death.